Hello, Facebook world. It's Erin McDowell here live on this beautiful extreme cold warning day. And I'm just waiting for Victoria to come on. We tested it in another group and got it to work great. And we're just excited to share a bit about where we're at and what we're doing. It's just been a really amazing last 4 months. And I'm excited for everyone just to hear a little bit about what Victoria and I are doing. So give us just a minute and we will get it all going. Victoria said she has this mug. I also have it. It's amazing. Thank you, Michelle Bishop. Literally bought it and dropped it off at my house. Oh, Trish Anderson, hello. Just waiting for my friend to get on. Where is she? I love technology when it works. It's so great. But I guess it's one of these, like, if I feel like I can do this, then probably anyone can. Oh, there she is. There she is. Fantastic.
There we go.
Hey.
Hi.
Totally worked.
Perfect. I'm very white.
Awesome technology.
Can you see me fine?
I am too. We both have the sun.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, well, let's just get started because it's noon now. And so Victoria and I are here today just to share a little bit about where we're at, why we chose what we chose, the company we used to be with and the company we're with now. And I'm going to let you take it away, Victoria. We're just going to kind of ask some questions back and forth to each other, kind of like a super killer boss babe podcast or something, but we're live and get to see our cute faces.
Yeah. So first I'll say you're going to see my dogs are ducking their heads in intermittently during the video, so don't mind them. They're super cute. But first, I think it would be really great to kind of tell everyone how you and I know each other, what our background is there, and how we got connected with Shackley. Do you want to share a bit of that story?
Yeah, for sure. So Victoria and I actually didn't know each other very well. I used to be in Arbonne. I was in Arbonne for 10 years, and I would lead a leadership school. And so she actually attended the school. Our teams had nothing to do with one another. They were super far apart, but her amazing energy, she'd just come up to me one time at the end of an event. She's like, "Oh my God, I love you." And I was like, "Oh my God, I love you." And it was funny. I launched my Shackley business back in October, and she Facebook messaged me. She's like, "Hey, don't know if you remember me." And I'm like, "Of course I remember you. You're so wonderful and lovely." So it was sort of how we got connected, just online. And it's been fun because we've been on this crazy journey together, sort of figuring it out. So it's so blessed to know you, and it's been amazing how much you and I have in common. Mind you, you're having a baby, and I've got you already, and I'm done. But I also have 2 dogs that may or may not pop in here. Yeah, I have 2 puppies, and I have 2 birds.
We haven't even, okay, anyone watching knows that I'm pregnant. We haven't announced it publicly
Yes, of course.
I forgot to tell you.
Oh, sorry. Whoops.
That's okay. Big surprise.
No, I can't say I am. Damn it.
That's okay.
So why don't you, Victoria, tell me, when you saw my launch, what was it about Shackley, and tell us about your professional background and what your sort of history is.
Yeah, so for me, actually, I worked with Arbonne built my business with Arbonne for a year and a half. And when I came into Arbonne, I was actually a nurse before, and I was working in emergency and home care nursing. And then even before that, I did 2 degrees. I took biomedical sciences before that. And then you and I both have the shared background of we worked in hospitality. So I was managing a restaurant, and I've done business development for them before too, where I was producing training manuals and policies and procedures. And yeah, I think the biggest thing with those industries is I was always trying to find my fit. Super important for me to find purpose and fulfillment in the work that I was doing, and just to feel like I wasn't just like a monkey going to work, or like a hamster on a wheel, just doing the same thing day in and day out. I needed to feel like I was really making a difference, especially in the lives of others, because that's just where my passions lie and the kind of heart that I have. So that's kind of when direct sales came into my life. Before, it wasn't something that I was looking for, at all. I thought, okay, I just did 6-7 years worth of school. I'm going to be a nurse for the rest of my life. But I'm so thankful that when it did come into my life, it just stumbled in there, and I was looking for clean, safe products to use for my family and my household. And that's kind of how we got started. So I had a really great time with the company that I was a part of before. I built a pretty substantial business, much like you did. Erin was actually at, we'll call it like 2 steps, but she was at the level above me where she had the shiny car. And that was where I was on the verge of going. So what I love the most about when I found out about Shackley, I ended up leaving that business at a time when I really needed to just pull back and reset and refocus on my own personal life. So it wasn't necessarily because of the company of Arbonne. I loved everything about them. It was more so about what I needed for my personal life at the time. My family was going through a lot of hardship. I just wasn't in a place where I was able to give very much of myself outside of being a good mom. So that's kind of when Shackley came into the picture. I stepped back from my business and decided, you know, when I pick this up again and when I'm in a good place and I'm ready to go, I want to make sure that I look at some of the other companies and opportunities that are out there so that I know what my options are and that I truly know once I look at all of that, that this one is the best fit for me, right? So, and that being Arbonne, because I never thought that I was going to leave that company. So that's when I actually saw that that Erin had left and she had started a business with Shackley, and I thought, what is going on? Like, what happened? Like, I was just as shocked as probably people were to see that I had stopped my business and considered another business. So I just casually reached out to, I think it was in October, and it took me still like, I feel like it was later than that. I feel like it was probably in November because I started trying some of the products in December. But I saw her video on Facebook and thought, you know what, I'm just going to check it out. I'm going to see, because I knew that you were a very real, down-to-earth, genuine person. And I knew that if I approached you, you weren't going to be that person who was like, you have to join right now. You have to do this and that. And so I got some information from you and I tried out the products for about a month and I fell in love with them, and we'll kind of dive into why the business was a good fit for me later, as much as we'll share, you know, what you saw in Shackley as well. But that's kind of what my path was in a summarized way of how I came to Shackley and Erin.
So interesting. So I did my launch in October, and I actually loved Arbonne. She's amazing. Arbonne is amazing. You know, you said this yesterday on your you did an Instagram thing yesterday, that I don't want anyone to think that Arbonne doesn't work because I moved to a new company. I just say I transitioned because it worked. It was actually my livelihood for 10 years, and I drove that car for 8.5 of those years. So it absolutely works. I went through a really intense, terrible divorce, and I'm just super real and authentic. And I kind of came out of that like a cloud of, it was just like in a haze of heart and whatever. So at the end of all that, I kind of came out of it and said, I'm either going to rebuild my Arbonne business, and I really needed to do that, or because I'm actually really passionate about the industry. I think network marketing is just so brilliant. And like you, I did not think this is something I would ever do in my whole life, but it actually gave my family exactly what we needed at the time. And now I'm in a company that was I just wanted more health and wellness, but I truly just needed a fresh start. And the company, you know, Shackley is very much a ground floor company, but has a 60-year-old history, and their products are, you know, their motto is above and beyond organic and all these amazing things. And so much like you, I got on the products in the beginning of October, and mid-October, I was like, yeah, these are amazing. I'm in. And so my other background, I was a hairdresser for years, and I actually worked in the restaurant industry for years. And much like you, I've just sort of done a lot of things. And this industry, when it comes down to it, for me, is all about serving people and really, how can I help you? What do you need? Is it your health? Is it you need, you know, extra money in your pocket? What is it that you need? So that's sort of my background and why and where and how I came to Shackley. And you know, nothing hard on Arbonne. I actually still buy a couple of their products, you know, that we don't have in Shackley, but it was just what was right for my family at the time. So I want to know, and we've talked about this. What are your plans in this business? Like, what do you hope to achieve with this Shackley business, and what are your goals?
Oh, I love this one. So for me, much like you, what I came to love about the direct sales industry was that it was an equal opportunity for anyone to grow their own business and to do it in a way that they are comfortable to, and in a way that aligns with them. So the biggest thing is everyone comes to do a business like this for different reasons, right? My why of doing this and my goals and my passions behind it might not be the same as yours. Of course, there's probably some commonalities in there, but it's different for every single person. So what I've come to really love is helping people to fulfill those passions and to find that fulfillment for themselves and for their family. So Shackley is just the vehicle for me to be able to support people and serve people in that way, the way that you had mentioned. I'm really big into holistic health. So it's really important for me to have those health and wellness products that are toxin free, that I can stand by, that are efficient and work, that are very, you know, nutrient efficient on a cellular level. I loved that Shackley had the nutrition line that was more diverse compared to what I had for tools before. Still the self-care products, and then a really diverse cleaning line, because those are all of the kinds of products that I use in my house more readily. Like I go through those more rapidly. So I think what I'm so excited about is just to continue supporting people on that path and seeing how easy it actually is to get started and how quickly you could make a really big impact on your lives and your family. And especially even that personal development piece, that's something that no one really expects to see and experience when they come into a business like direct sales. Everyone thinks it's more like, I'm going to learn to sell and I'm going to learn to market, but it's really not about that. People who take that approach, they're not successful, right? Like I always say this, but what do you do when you have that person who is bombarding you in the mall, trying to sell you a product or trying to tell you about a deal, and you don't even want it and you're not interested, right? You run away.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, I have really big plans for growing quickly again. The nice thing is, before with Arbonne, I already went through the ups and downs of learning, okay, how do I do this business? How do I make it work for me? How do I talk to people in a non-creepy way where they're going to be comfortable to hear what I have to say? Obviously, there's more information and new information to learn about Shackley, but the tools to be able to support people and to mentor them through this process, they're already there. And you and I both know how to do that. So it's going to go much faster this time. And I'm just so excited to just dive in and to really help as many people as possible. It's pretty simple.
No,
what
I'm
about
totally
you?
with you. So that's totally where I'm at. I actually considered just walking away from this industry altogether because my heart was just hurt. And I'd come through this awful time and dark time in my life. And I actually was out for lunch with a really good friend, and I think she's on the live right now. And, you know, she's a CEO of a company, and we're sitting there talking, having lunch. I was like, yeah, I think I'm just done with the industry. Maybe I'll just do something new. And she said, you know, Erin, like, I'm just really tired, and I'm just turning my wheels, and I don't know what to do. And, you know, I work all these hours, and my husband and I are just like passing ships in the night. And, you know, and she literally said this word for word, I really wish there was some opportunity that I could work part-time from home around my life and replace my CEO income. And I went, dang it, I can't quit.
You don't have that gift to offer anymore.
I was like, I can't quit. And so I started doing a lot of research on other companies and sort of looking at my options. And I just thought, I can't quit because there's so many people out there who are literally looking for exactly that. And so my plans are to help as many people, you know, get whatever it is they want out of Shackley, like a company like this. I've already got, you know, 3 or 4 really good friends that just got on the Vitalizer and the Life Shakes every day, and like literally have noticed a massive difference. I love it because you're very science-based, and I'm just like, listen, I just take that little strip of vitamins and drink a shake and I feel like $1 million. I don't really know why, but it's amazing.
But you know what? That's what people connect with more, is just those testimonies, right?
Right. Like So my plan, I mean, in this business is right now, there's currently nobody at the top level of the company. And that's where we're going to go.
In Canada,
so,
right?
Just in Canada. Yeah, there's nobody in Canada there yet. And so, you know, our leader, Tasha, I said, you're going to be the first. And if you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it. I don't really know how it works, but our team's going there. So, you know, we'll take as many people along for the ride as want, right? And then whatever it is for them that fits. And I love the structure of Shackley, because we're actually really able to be strategic about our sponsoring, and also really empower people at whatever level they want. Do you want $500? Do you want $1,000? And it's really easy to make upfront money, like right away. So
on
like
that
you
note,
said, products are
like plans. When I think of how excited I am, we've been working on some documents actually just for our own personal use to support people through this business, structuring, okay, like here's what your first week will look like, here's how we can plan and strategize your first 3 months. When Erin and I have been breaking them down over the past week, I'm still dumbfounded and shocked at how quickly and doable for someone just to do, like, honestly, I don't want to say the bare minimum amount of work, but the bare minimum compared to what I used to teach with Arbonne, to make $1,000 paycheck in the first month. And I'm not like, I'm not exploding things or like over exaggerating. That is something that is doable to teach a brand new person in direct sales. So that is super exciting.
Well, that's super exciting for me too. Is I think we can really, do you want an extra $1,000 for March? What are you doing in March? Do you want to go on a trip? we could teach you how to do that, right? Like, it's just this really cool, you know, do you want to just work enough that you get your products paid for? Maybe that's what you want. Maybe you want healthy, you know, vitamins and shakes and you just don't have the budget for it. Well, then we'll just help you make enough money to cover that, you know, whatever that looks like. So it's super exciting. And the time, you know, they just relaunched their whole website. So when we say e-commerce, literally Shackley has set us up to have one of the very best e-commerce platforms in, I think, the whole industry. Like, I haven't looked at them all, but I'm pretty sure. It's just, it is outstanding, the resources they've given us. So yeah, it's just a really, really exciting time. So yeah. So I got the next question. I'm like, I have them written down. You sent them to me. So so I want to know, Victoria, people watch the recording, you know, who should look into direct sales, and who do you think Shackley's really for?
Yeah, so I personally feel that I'll first share, like, for me, what the trigger was is I wasn't happy in the work that I was doing. It's not that I wasn't unhappy, but there were still parts of the work that I was doing that was bringing me down on a daily basis. So I think direct sales is really for anyone. Okay. It's not for someone who has, it doesn't matter if you have education, if you don't have education, if you are a president of a company or a physician, or like, it doesn't matter how, say how amazing your job is, or say if you're just working in retail, it does not matter. It's for everyone, and everyone starts at ground zero when you're learning. And the nice thing is you learn as you go, and there's such a supportive community that there's no real risk, or there might be some nervousness just because it's a new business, but really once you start to become educated and you see how the process works, there's nothing to fear and be concerned about, because you'll find out if it's a fit for you, and if it's not a fit for you, that's okay too. And in terms of those fears and hesitations too, if anyone was to have any of those, I know a lot of people think, okay, well, I have to invest money in products, and I don't want to drop a few $1,000s on these products that I might not even like. And the one thing that I love about Shackley is most e-commerce businesses, you don't hold that inventory, right? It's all you purchase online, and then it comes from the warehouse to your home, like any other online website. But the nice thing that I really love about Shackley, it takes away even that financial upfront start cost, because you just buy what you would already use in your home, and you can spend, $300. You can spend $1,000 if you want. You just get the products that you're already using. You try them, see if you like them, and there's an unlimited refund and a full refund. So it does not matter the time that you decide if it's not for you. You can return the products at any point. So I think that comfort is really there. So back to who would it be for? Literally for anyone who might be looking for more time, more flexibility. A big thing for me was I wanted to somehow be part of this amazing culture that no one thought existed. Like, I wanted to be away from the political drama that I experienced, especially in the nursing world. I could not believe how much political garbage there was every single day. It was depressing. I wanted to be around people who really lifted me up, where they value that personal and professional development, where it was genuine support, not based on like their expectations of me, but just support based on, okay, what are your expectations for yourself, and let me see how you can get there. So if anyone is just looking for more time, more freedom, more money, more flexibility, more options for your life, and just even more open doors to see what else is out there. When you start networking with people, you never know who's going to come into your life and what doors are going to open for you. So it's not always even just about this business. This business can be a vehicle for you to fulfill and do other things in your life that you've always wanted to. So I think for me, like, that would cover, it's really for anyone who's looking for anything, anything more. What about you? What do you think?
I totally agree. I always say it's for anyone, but it's really kind of for the brave, right? The people who are going to step out of, what they think the box looks like this is how you work for 40 years. And, my dog just barked a minute ago. It's all good. But just really who wants to step outside that box and really take power of their life. And I can tell you from experience, I know this industry works. I know when you work it part-time from home around your busy schedule. I started my other business when I had 2 babies at home, a 6-month-old and a 21-month-old. And people are like, how'd you do it? I'm like, I don't even remember, to be honest. Like, I don't know if I was sleeping. I don't know even when did I shower? I'm not sure. But what I knew was it fit in. right? It just fit in. I don't even know when, like when they went to bed, maybe. I don't remember. I mean, we didn't really have any of this technology yet either. Facebook was like a brand new thing. And I remember like, I'm going to message someone on Facebook, and it was still really new when I started. So the networking capabilities that we have now are just so astronomically amazing that you can really build this, you know, all over Canada, in the States, whatever, which is super amazing. And so it's just really for people that want to work differently. I know there's a lot of millennials, a lot of young people who are like, I don't want to work a 40-hour job for 40 years. That sounds like death. And I'm sort of in that boat, not that I'm a millennial, but I want to be able to grow and change and move and you know, develop myself as I go. And so there's a lot of people who are looking for, hey, how can I work from my phone? How can I take my phone with me, be at the beach in Mexico, and still do my job? And that's what you can do. And we're so neat. So I've been with Shackley for 3.5 months, and I've already earned a free cruise that I'm going to be going on at the end of April. And so there's things like that I remember interviewing for this company, and they were like, oh, hey, you know, what kind of expectations do you have? And I always just like to be a little bit sassy, and I'm like, well, are there like any free trips you guys give away? And they're like, no, for sure not. And so there's a lot of benefits above and beyond, you know, just a paycheck or just that. It's really getting your body into a place of full health has been my number one. My partner, Steve, also got on these products, and he's like my biggest skeptic. He's like, well, let me get on them and see how it is. And he was like so impressed and just, you know, above and beyond. He's like, I have energy at 6:00 p.m. I can't believe it. And so that to me is what I want to help people do. And but it's just really for anyone who wants something more. And the products, I'll be honest, they're really for everyone. I think that I was even really uneducated on, you know, why can't I just go to Superstore and buy some vitamins? What's the big deal? Right. But I never felt better taking any of them. And I had a bunch, but never really, you know, made a difference. And so there's actually a lot of science that makes a big difference of where things go and how it all absorbs into your body and whatever. So there's a lot to look at when you're looking at, you know, your cleaning products, your skincare products, your nutrition products. That's what I love about Shackley's. It's whole health, your whole home health. And your dogs are just really excited for your business. It's all good. My boys won't stop squawking, so I had to come into the kitchen.
Not stand it when they do this. They're both on separate wavelengths. Like one
they're like, we're
in the summer, and then one is
you're like
the winter dog.
Minus 500. So the other thing that we want to mention sort of at the end is one of the tools that I really love with Shackley is called the Health Print. And it's one of the ways that I've been really growing my business. And, you know, I love you talked about not having to have any inventory. You know, we used to have like skincare sets that we drop off and let people try before you buy. Well, there's 100% money back guarantee. So you don't even need to try it. Just get it, try it. You don't love it, send it back. So there's no big investment, but also people just go to our website and take the health print, and then we know they're interested. And it actually is developed by scientists and tells you exactly, you know, what are your goals? Do you need more sleep? Do you need more memory? Do you need, I don't know, like it really helps to narrow down what kinds of products
lifestyles, even diets. Like, are you vegan?
That's right. What kind of dietary needs? Yeah. Even I remember you went on it and you're like, I already, you know,
they have a pregnancy option.
What? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my goodness. So I love that. So Victoria and I both have websites. You know, you just look up her name and say Shackley, or go onto our Instagram or Facebook. It's all linked there. And you just go to the health print or just shoot us a you know, direct message or a Facebook message, say, send me the health print. We'll send it to you. And then we get back to you because we already know that you're interested. So it's a different approach than just, hey, Susie, what's your face? Can I get you to try stuff? Like, it's a really different feeling where I just want to help people that want help. I mean, if you're not interested, that's totally fine. And so I love that. And we both have websites and we both have Instagram and Facebook and, you know, lots of social media stuff. But those are really good tools that are, you know, massively helping us grow this business through social media and really from our homes. And you know, you're going to have another human in your life soon. And that's crazy. You have a toddler. That's busy enough. Oh my gosh. I see a few pictures of her and I'm like, busy time, you know? And to have a flexible business that you can still make money and be part of a tribe is actually super spectacular. So anything else you want to add?
Yeah, the one thing I can never ever leave one of these informational sessions without adding in, because I'm a big believer in, you know, Shackley might not be a fit for you. I don't know. Like, you do need to like the products, right, that you're still sharing, because like you want to connect with the products, you want to connect with the values of the company. You want to believe in a compensation plan. You want to understand, okay, what is my ability to grow here? But When it comes to looking at direct sales businesses, a really important piece to look at is, are they a part of the DSA within Canada? So the Direct Sales Association, which I always explain it as, it's like a governing body that looks into all of the companies that apply to be a part of the DSA, and it just makes sure that they are ethical, that what they market is actually true, and that everything about the company is sound and that you can trust it. So that gives away any of those concerns about like back in the day when people would talk about pyramid schemes. I strongly recommend Google if you don't know what an actual pyramid scheme is, because a lot of people don't actually know what it means. It's a term they just kind of throw out there. So look for a company that is part of the DSA, what Shackley is. That's when I was going down the list, those were the companies that I was looking at. And there's no risk. Like, I know we talked about the no risk, but if you're looking at other business avenues, Rob and I were looking at, like you, when you were thinking about, okay, maybe I'll look at other options. You know, we were looking at brick and mortar business ideas, like retail venues, or thinking about maybe opening up like a registered daycare. And I kept saying to him, but like, you're stuck. You can't leave. You have to be there all the time. Like, I'm from a small town. I could vision myself having like this cute little bed and breakfast with a restaurant in Canmore in the mountains and loving that. But like, you'd always have to be there. And after knowing, just becoming informed on the direct sales industry, I just don't know of anything else better to offer. So I should say direct sales is for people who are open-minded and open-hearted too. You can come into it being a little bit of a skeptic, but there's no point in looking into something that you're already going to be closed off from the get-go. You need to be open to learning and becoming informed and then making your decision. So the one thing that I love about you and I is, if anyone is interested in learning about more of that information, is we're really big on the education aspect of things. Let us give you all the info and you decide. And if it's for you, great. And if it's not, cool. That's okay. Like, so
we're all good.
I always need to mention that because it's not
I love it.
Pushy and scary, intimidating as some people might think it is when you are uneducated on it, right?
Yep. And I was at one point too, for sure. So, well, thank you so much. Your dogs are like, bark, bark. I love it.
Are they
thank
really
you so much,
loud?
Victoria. Well, mine have not barked at all. There's nobody walking by. The wind is not blowing, so they're not barking. Thank you so much for joining me today, and everyone who joined us live. We had a ton of people on live. We'll post a recording, and you know, we wish you all, you know, the most success in the whole world in whatever it is you decide to do. If you're in another network marketing company, we're cheering you on. If you're in another direct sales company, I just believe in the industry, and so I believe in supporting small businesses. I believe in supporting each other. So I just think that it's amazing. And I also want to mention about Shackley that in Arbonne it was a lot more women. I actually have a lot more men on my team already, and a lot of couples who do this together, because it very much is a product line that is for your home. Do you know what I mean? And there's a whole workout line, there's a whole whatever. So it is for, like you said, someone open-minded, and also we're super fun, and you should join us because, you know, we're fun to be around or whatever.
It'll be a good time.
Okay, have a good day.
Okay,
Talk to you guys later. Oh, go ahead.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.